All right, welcome. I'm actually late this week, so I'm guessing Hendo's on here ready to go like a true professional. Here he is. Let's go. I want to bring up the instructions here. Whoa! Very
There I
dumb.
am.
How does this work? Why does it happen every time?
Well, I've got the old Logitech Brewer, and it's got a little app that goes with it that I can adjust the exposure and that sort of thing. I'm about to go and buy a mirrorless camera as a webcam, so I get all the bokeh fucking background and shit.
What does that mean?
Blurred. Bokeh means blurred in Japanese.
That's what that camera does?
Yeah, if you get like a camera with a really low f lens, it bends the light more, and therefore what is you stay in focus and everything behind becomes blurred and that sort of thing, like all professional and shit.
Okay, I need to get one of those.
$1,000 camera.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not getting one of those.
Yeah, but you're on the fucking because you don't have anything to blur in the background, mate. You're sitting on the casting couch. So
yeah, I got the casting couch. I want you to see my stuff. Have you got a beer?
I do, actually. I'm gonna stick with the fucking classics tonight.
Okay.
I have this. Got the old Top Nation.
Oh,
Rattenhund.
wow. I put that on the
I
didn't think you had one of those. There you go.
Oh, what do you mean? Did you do something?
Yeah, that's a topic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Oh, yeah, there you go. Good.
You must know that. Was that just
I just bloody oh, okay, yeah, I can see that there. Oh, well, okay. There you go. I'm drinking a Rattenhund. It's in the 440 ml, and it's apparently a traditional Pilsner. But I think it's becoming what are they calling it? Not traditional Pilsner. I saw it on the bloody internet today.
Well, we can talk about that when it comes up in the ticket.
Yeah. Let's do it. What do you
got a beer here because after last week's episode, you suggested that you're going to go into BWS and get a free Byron Bay fruity beer with every purchase.
Oh, yeah. Did you?
Aaron went into BWS and bought something and got this for free.
They're just giving that shit away, hey, that Empire fruity beer and everything.
It's technically a sponsored beer.
This has been going on for months now. They've been giving that stuff away.
Have you had the orange?
It's phenomenal. Yeah, I have. It's not too bad.
Right, the schooner.
I've nearly got this glass thing sorted out. Look at that. Look at that glass.
Oh, that's
so close.
Right, let me screenshot that.
So close.
Shows the Stone & Wood logo. Oh no, we don't want that because it's not a Stone & Wood beer in there.
No, that would be sacrilegious. But that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm getting there.
Good.
Do you know what's happened? How I'm getting to my glasses are becoming cleaner?
Oh, that smells good. No, you're wiping them?
No, Adam Shell.
What do you do?
You didn't ask which one.
Oh, sorry. Which one? Which Adam Shell?
The other one.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I feel like we know which one now because we've only really got one like that.
There are still two.
I know,
and the other one's just gotten back from, or the one, not the other one, has just gotten back from Japan. So I was watering his plants while he was away.
And how does that relate to the glass improvement?
Oh, well, we were just, Adzi and I were just having a beer and he gave me some tips on how to clean glasses.
Okay.
And he said, get yourself a dish wand and some Tandle dishwashing liquid from Aldi.
Okay. A dish wand?
So, yeah, the wand that's got, you fill it up with detergent and you do that. And, it's like it's got a scour and that on the end and you can just shove it all the way down the glass.
It's a dedicated beer glass one though, right? You don't use it.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, I went to bloody Aldi, and got Tandle, obviously, because that's what they do, but there was no dish wands there. So this was actually cleaned with like just a clean chucks and rinsed with hot water. And I'm nearly there. Etsy. You'd be very proud.
I have a separate thing that doesn't have detergent in it, but it's just a, like a long glass cleaner, brushy
Is
thing.
is it for glasses or do you use it for other stuff?
I don't use it for anything else. I only use it for glasses.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, look at this. Look at the head on this.
That looks sensational.
The results.
I'm getting a photo of that. Hang on.
Wait, let me get this in the photo.
Hang on. Oh my God. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, wait, I can only see myself. Hang on a second.
Oh no.
Got a pin. Okay, go. Oh, you look amazing.
How good. So shout out to all the people that messaged me after last week's episode with concreting advice. That was super
Oh,
useful.
good.
Yeah. Really useful to know how to concrete something after I've already done it and moved on to the next job. Apparently you can, apparently I could have just dug a hole where the post was, filled the hole up with water, and then just poured the rapid set in there, and you're fucking done. You don't even need to mix it.
No.
That's courtesy of Matt from Facebook. Thanks for that advice.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was concreting advice.
That was concreting advice.
My concreting advice was terrible.
Well, it was educational. I learned something because I at least remember that it was concrete that he suggested and not cement.
Not cement. Did you go fix it?
Fuck no, I've moved on to the next thing. You know what I did today?
Right.
So, right. When I got this house going, right, I was tossing up about what trees I should put out the front. And I really wanted something like, my house is like, it's like a Minecraft house. It's real brutal from the front.
Yep.
Just
so you need a ficus.
And wood and concrete, and I wanted something to soften that. So I've found this tree called a pink trumpet tree, where I was living in Varsity Lakes. You saw them everywhere. You see them everywhere. They're not like a especially fancy tree. If you see a tree with like pink leaves, it's probably one of those.
Yes.
And I had my heart set on this. So like for like 6 months, every time I saw one, I'm like, oh, there's a pink trumpet tree. Like it was a big thing. So anyway, when I got the house, I finally bought one. Went out to the nursery at Mount Tambourine. I bought an established one. It cost me like, I can't remember how much, maybe $1,000, maybe more. I don't even know. It was like an established tree.
Yes.
Got delivered. And it's like, it was 150 liter pot. So it's big. It's like the size of a barrel, basically, a half a barrel. So I got delivered in the plastic pot thing, dug a hole, chucked it in there, and then realized that you can't put it in there with the plastic on because it's so heavy you can't get the fucking plastic off. By the way, I didn't read instructions. Okay, I just
bit of a theme going on here and there.
I'll get to that. So I put it in there, and then when it was in there, I realized, fuck, I need to cut the plastic off. So I've got my arm under there trying to cut the plastic off. Finally got it in there. The roots are going everywhere. Dirt's going everywhere. It's a complete disaster. I put it in. It's not straight. And I'm like, fuck it, that'll do because it'll probably straighten up. I don't know how trees work. Anyway, I've been staring at it every day for like 6 months.
Okay.
At one point, I was like, I've got to straighten this fucking tree because it's ridiculous. It goes like that. So
the
I
leaning
dug
tower
out the
of...
side and pushed it around, tried to straighten it. That didn't help.
So the tree was it again?
Pink trumpet tree. They're really pretty.
Pink trumpet tree.
If you've ever been to Sanctuary Cove on the Gold Coast, they've got like really full established ones. They're huge.
I'm looking up what it looks like. Pink trumpet tree. Here we go. A Tababuia rosea.
That's it. That's the one.
Oh yeah, they look sick.
Well, mine didn't look like that.
This one, the one I see on the internet, leaning.
Oh, okay.
Leaning.
Well, that could be my one. Does it have any leaves or flowers on it?
Pink flowers. Pink flowers, mate. And a cop car under it.
Oh, it could be mine. All right. So anyway, so I had this tree. The leaves started dying. I put in the Facebook group about landscaping. I'm like, what do I do about this tree? Didn't get anything useful. Eventually, I'm like, fuck this tree. I don't like it. It's leaning. The leaves are dying. It's not working. So I ordered, because I was always tossing up between that and a frangipani tree. Because like frangipani trees, I remember from when I was a kid, they're everywhere around here. They're pretty. They smell.
And they grow fast, and they're pretty hardy.
You can replant them.
They look good in your when you put one in your ear, and
all those sort of things. I like doing that.
Yeah.
And when I knocked this house down, I had 2 amazing frangipani trees that got destroyed when the house got knocked down, which I was really bummed about. I wanted to move one of them, but it's too hard. And anyway, So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to replace this tree with a frangipani tree, and I'm not going to make the same mistake. So I ordered the frangipani tree, and today the guy's like, it's coming. You might need a couple of guys to lift it, because this was a 200 liter one, which is even bigger. So it's probably like a 300 liter barrel, like half of that.
Right.
So this thing was fucking huge, and it's a 2.5 meter tree.
How do you lift this by yourself?
Well, I'll get to that. So she rang me up and she said, all right, get some neighbors around, because you need like 4 or 5 people to lift this thing.
Okay.
Like this, I can't do that. I'm here by myself. There's no one's going to help me with it. So this guy rocks up by himself with this massive tree. And wait, before then, I'm like, I've got to get rid of the other tree first. So I dug the other tree out. I chopped the whole thing up, put it in my wheelie bin. So my wheelie bin has this entire tree in it, which was it was like a 2 meter tree. So I chopped all of that up, got it in the wheelie bin. Old mate rocks up with this gigantic tree, and then we drag it onto the back of the truck, and he's got a lift thing to get it to the ground, which is good. And then we drag it up to the hole, because I only paid to get it delivered to the curb, but it's out the front of the house. So I'm like, if I don't get him to do it now, I'm not going to even be able to get it in. So I got him to drag it there, and I left it right on the side of the hole. And then I thought about the podcast and thought, what I should do is watch a video on instructions, right? On how to plant a tree. So I did that.
Yes.
And the instructions basically said, you take it out of the plastic thing first, right? And you sit it there in the roots, and then you kind of, trim roots if necessary, and kind of maneuver into position, that kind of thing. I didn't do that though. I just did the same thing. I just did the same thing that I did last time, which is I got it close to the edge, and then I dragged it in and dumped it in the hole. Again.
Hang on a second. So you actually went and got instruction on how to do something on YouTube,
I did.
And then you completely ignored it.
I did. In the moment, yes, I did ignore it. Yes.
Out of expediency, you just wanted to get the job done, or
impatience, I think, and also like I just had it so close to the edge, and I cut a few little bits of it. I literally did. I don't know. Like I just did exactly the same thing that I did last time. I don't even know why. I made a mistake.
So now the tree is in the bloody hole with plastic all over it.
The other tree's in the wheelie bin. This tree is in the hole with plastic all over it. The roots are already starting to fall apart because I'd like smudged it in there. And then I start cutting the plastic off, and I'm trying to rip it out, and I can't. My back's fucked, and I managed to get under it, finally rip the thing out. The roots have gone everywhere. I push it up, and it's like wobbling. It doesn't even stand up. So I pull all the stakes out of the other parts of the garden that were holding my other trees up to put around this tree, to hold this tree up. And I've only got little bits of string. So I get it all up like reasonably in line. And the other thing that the video said was like that every tree has like a nice angle to look at it from, like a face.
Sure.
So I was like, I need to line up this angle facing the road so that when you look at the house, you got a nice tree. But then when I looked at it, all the spinning and shit, it's like facing me. And it looks pretty average from the street.
Okay.
Anyway, I finally got it up there, and I got it vertical, filled it in, and then I'm just sitting there, my back's fucked. I'm like, I've just totally fucked this whole thing up. But I was happy it was in there. And then some lady walks past, and she like stopped. She had her dog, and she looks up at the tree. She goes, I don't like these trees. They put their leaves everywhere, all over the ground.
After you put in all that effort.
Oh my God.
Did you tell her to get stuffed?
My blood started to boil.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And I don't believe in violence against women or any person for that matter.
Yes, yes.
So I murdered her dog. It was one of those fluffy white ones. It was all right. No harm done. All right. That's my Dansion update. How's the scooter going?
The scooter's going terrible. Guess what I've got to do on the weekend?
Scooter stuff?
I'm going to buy a motorbike.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What do you mean? You've already got a motorbike?
Yeah, I'm going to buy another one.
Why?
Because I've been looking at just because of the motorbike that I've got, right? The CB900 Hornet, which I absolutely love to ride, and I've had it since 2015, right? And it's 2002. It's nothing wrong with it. It's rough around the edges, but it's super reliable and I can work on it and all that sort of thing. Years ago when I was living in Geelong, you know, back in 10 years ago, I had I think it was a 2002 or 2004 Honda VFR 800. So it's a V4, right?
Yeah.
And just sounded so fucking beautiful. Like it's half a V8, mate. So it's a motorbike that sounded like that. And just over the last few months, I've just sort of been started looking at them again on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. That's where it all fucking starts. Exactly. This Facebook Marketplace has been the bane of my existence for the last fucking 12 months. It's fucked. Yeah. I've just spent so much money on it. I'm just keeping the economy going. Anyway, so I know exactly what Honda VFR 800 I want. I want the last of the sixth generation. Sixth generation? I think so.
Wait, so this is the bike you used to have?
Yeah, I had a 2002.
Okay.
But they sort of didn't really change. They sort of changed the shape in 2001, and they didn't change it again until 2014.
Why did you get rid of that to get the current bike?
Bought the Commodore, traded in for the Commodore.
Okay, and then you went without a bike for a while. Yeah,
for about 3 years and that sort of thing. So, sorry, it's the sixth generation. Yeah, sixth generation Honda VFR 800. And 2013. So it's the last of the good ones because the seventh generation was just not that great. Sorry, the eighth generation just wasn't that fucking. It was just boring, right? And so
VFR, what is it? VFR 800.
VFR 800. You want to pull up a photo?
Yeah.
Might be able to pull up your Facebook. Pull up a photo, mate.
Oh, that's sick. That's like a sports kind of bike.
Sports touring bike. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
here's the one that I want. And let me share my screen. Oh, let me share screen, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Can I go?
You can go.
Like that. That is exactly what I want. Handy apple red.
So is the VTR the half fairing version?
The VTR is the 1000cc V twin.
Yeah, but it's like a half faired sort of, but it looks similar to that, doesn't it? Oh, that's more upright.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but that's the bike that I'm looking at going and buying. So basically, handy up this bike that I've found. It's up in Noosa that I'm going to have it right up there on Saturday. Handy apple red, gold rims, and a Dansion exhaust system on it. And I saw it pop up on bloody Facebook, and it was a good, really sharp price, and the pays weren't too bad on it and that sort of thing. And it's like being sold by a dealer, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not a good thing. But look at it. It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
And so when I owned mine, the last one that I owned, I really enjoyed riding it. It just handled so well. You know, it was just so comfortable to ride. And I actually I tried to ride it from Melbourne or Geelong when I was living in Geelong up to Queensland for holidays in 2011. And the old ones, the pre-2008s, actually had a problem where the regulator rectifier, the thing that charges the battery, not the generator or the stator, but the regulator rectifier would burn out the stator. So I was just outside, 50 k's outside of Coonabarabran, going up the Newell Highway, and it just clapped out and died. Had to get towed to Coonabarabran. And this was right when we had that big cyclone that just pummeled Gundawindi and all that sort of stuff, right? And I was heading to my brother's place, and he lives in Danthorpe.
Yes.
And so he jumped in his ute, drove 6 hours, picked me and the bike up. I drove the 6 hours back, and we were 2 kilometers away from his house, and the New England highway had flooded, and we couldn't get home.
Oh no!
Yeah,
He
Because
should have
like it was the
flown.
last bridge. It was the last bridge that we had to cross before his place, and it was
Oh
flooded.
my god.
And he had his full drive, and we looked at it. We looked at, should we do it? And he said, nah, we'll just. He called up a friend who was on that side of the creek, and so we went round to the friend's place, and we just smashed whiskey, like fucking absolutely just pounding just whiskey rocks, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what my brother likes to do, and so we got we stayed a couple of hours, and then we'd heard that the creek had subsided a little bit, and so we just he jumped in the ute and went, and the creek had subsided, and the bridge would become visible again. And we're so lucky we didn't attempt to cross the creek, because half the road that we were going to drive across had like literally washed out, and we would have fallen in and fucked the ute and the bike. So that the moral of that story is, if it's flooded, forget it, and that is for reals.
I actually did cross one of those little rivers in Danthorpe that was flooded, but it was reasonably obvious that it wasn't too bad. Although I don't fucking have a clue what I'm doing, but it was kind of like you could sort of tell when it was high and when it was low, and it was kind of getting closer. Yep. But
yeah,
that happens all the time in it. Like every time.
Yeah, exactly. So, so yeah. But anyway, it turns out that was a known problem with that year model, but this 2013 or 2008 onwards doesn't have this problem. And I reluctantly sold the bike or traded it in actually on the Commodore in 2013. So I didn't really have much of a choice, because I just became an owner of a brewing company that didn't make any beer.
Yeah.
My old 1991 Toyota Camry, I crashed it, and on the way into Meredith Music Festival, I was fucking just driving down the road into the Meredith Music Festival. The fucking sunflowers were out. It was a beautiful day, and I'm just pumped that I'm, going to go to Meredith Music Festival, have an amazing time and that sort of thing. And I'm like, this is amazing. And look in front of me like, fuck, because the cars had all stopped, and I smashed into the car in front of me, and then a car smashed into me behind me.
Oh.
The car in front was one of the people that we were convoying into camp with, and the car behind was my ex-girlfriend, Erica.
Yeah.
And so she crashed into me, and she was in a borrowed car because she crashed her car like the week prior. It was just a complete and utter clusterfuck. And so I wound up with my Camry was still drivable. Her borrowed car was not. And so I had this dodgy fucking, couldn't open the boot, couldn't open the bonnet Toyota Camry that I had to get rid of. So I just sold it to the wreckers for $250, and I had to buy a new car, but I didn't have any money. But all I had was the VFR, and I had to trade it in to buy a car.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I wound up with the VFR.
What's the price differential between your bike and that? Like, are you talking lots of money, or probably not a huge amount?
You mean my current bike?
Yeah.
Oh, my current bike's a 2002. It's probably worth $1,500 now.
You won't get much for it.
No, I don't expect to get more than $500,000 for it. I'll see if I can trade it. But this thing's like $5,000, so it's a bloody good price too.
Fuck, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
crazy they've gotten so cheap.
It's only 80,000 Ks for a 2013. That's not too bad, and hopefully it's been looked after. So that's my job, as I'm riding up to Noosa on Saturday morning to go have a look at this bike.
Nice. Post some pics.
Yeah, maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. Either way, I'll get a nice ride out of it. So
it looks good.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what I want to do is, go and do some more motor camping and that sort of thing. And that's kind of the ideal bike for it, because you can get some panniers for it and a rear sack for it. Nice. Chuck your tent and your sleeping bag and just go.
Yeah.
Just go
it looks sick, but it looks like it would be reasonably comfortable to ride. Like, it looks a little bit more upright at the front. Like, you're not going to be like...
It is, yeah. They call it a sports tourer. So it's got the fairing, but it's meant for doing long distances and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Field trips. Yeah, absolutely. So,
right, can I try and demo my app? for you.
Yeah. How you going? Can you share screen with it or
I
something?
think
Or?
I can. I haven't tested this though, so if I can't, then I can't.
Okay.
iPhone, here we go. iPhone, iPad. Let's see what happens here. You'll have to tell me what you can see. Oh,
I
there
can
we
see
go.
your phone. There's your phone. Oh,
There's my
sick.
phone. Okay. All right. So, we'll set expectations first. It's an MVP, so it's not super.
How many fucking apps have you got?
All kinds of shit.
Here we go.
Right. So,
Latest build with ChatGPT, share feedback. Yep. Start testing.
Okay. So this is like the home page.
Yep.
So let's think of something. Oil on what was it?
CB 900F. CB, B for Barry.
CBCB. All right.
2002. Is ChatGPT going to write this?
2002. So I'll put change. Okay. So create an SOP. You can either start it from scratch, which will just be blank.
Yeah. Yes.
Or use AI to create the process for you. So that like editor there that you can see is just like just like a note or like a document.
Generating.
Right? Yes, that's a misspelling.
So what's happening now?
So this is creating content for me. So this content here that's come back here is whatever OpenAI has given me. So it may be right, it may be wrong.
Okay, the drain. Well, allow the oil to drain. Remove the oil filter. 4 quarts of oil. That's perfect. Yeah, it takes exactly 4 liters of oil.
Nice. Okay. So, and then you can finalize it, or you can do like a multi-page. So I could do.
What's a multi-page?
I'll do that. So I'll do oil, and then I'll do. So that's step 1, oil, and then I'll do another one for change air filter. So in the editor here, I can just write this out, or I can use that button to do it here. So what was it, 2002?
2002 Honda CB 900F.
Right. So this is like you either create the whole thing with AI, or this is just like if you want to do a bit of text yourself, and have a bit using OpenAI, you can add in the bit. So you'd look at that, you'd review it.
Yeah.
This is ChatGPT.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I get it.
I'm not responsible for it, but it's
that's fine.
It gives you a start.
Yeah, of course. And so you go and insert it.
Yeah, so you put in there, and then you can edit it if you want, like if it's something in there that you don't like or whatever. So finalize.
Yes.
So there it is there in amongst the SOPs.
Mm-hmm.
Now what you can do is go, we can add employees in, but I think I've got in here. I've got myself. Oh, I actually don't have myself. Do I have myself? I don't know if I've got myself as an employee. I'll put you in.
Okay.
Hendo Henderson.
That'll do.
What's your email?
I'm not going to put it on the fucking screen or on the podcast, am I?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do my email in. That's not my email. Dan to it, Dan or something is not my email.
Okay.
But I haven't built all the features to stop you from adding bullshit emails. So
yeah.
All right. So what you can do here is you just go like assign SOP.
Yes.
So changing oil. Assign that to Hendo.
Henderson. And what is assigning it to?
So if I log in, so now I've got this users area, right? So I've got you there, and you can see whether I can see that you've got an SOP assigned to you, but you haven't completed it.
Yes.
So if I log in as you, I'll have to remember the email I used. What was it? Dan2. So I'll log in as the user we just created.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So see, when I log in, I've got the SOP there waiting for me, and it's got a little exclamation point saying that I need to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
So then you go here, and then it'll have, so that's the SOP there. I can just look at it,
Yes.
read it. I can swipe to the next page.
Yep. How do you put pictures in?
Complete in the editor.
Oh, you can put pictures in there.
Yeah, and then that's complete.
And
so
videos and stuff as well.
Gone away. So I'm logged in with Google. Oh, I'm not logged in with Google. Oh, that's a different account. Anyway, if I logged in with, oh, actually, I think I know the account. Hang on, let me log in.
Not Dan2, just regular Dan.
Yeah, that is my email address. So if anyone sees that, feel free to email me.
Yeah, that's fine. We all know that.
Especially if you want to beta test the app, because I'm looking for people to test it. There you go. So there you go. Now it's got you as completed.
Okay. And so what if I'm an employee, not Dan2, and I want to follow that SOP or something like that?
What do you mean?
So basically just brings it up and you just follow it and that sort of thing, yeah?
Yeah, well, you can do a couple of things. You can do it just brings it up and you just read it through. Or if you want to do it as an actual check box that you like want to check off the things, you can change this from bullet points to checkboxes.
Ah.
So if you change it to checkboxes, I'll update it. And then I won't log in again.
Oh, you can go and tap the thing. Ah, this is good. Yeah, I like that.
You have to check them in order to be allowed to complete the SOP.
Like it.
Yeah. So that's all I got so far.
I think it's heading in the right direction. Who coded that?
My developer from Upwork.
Yeah, right.
And this is built on React.
Punch much money into that?
On Android and iPhone, but
why does it work on Android and iPhone?
It uses this React Native thing, which is like a framework for building kind of like mobile agnostic, or I guess OS agnostic, like native mobile apps.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a native app, and it'll be a native app on Android. And I'll also have like a web app for, because I think a lot of people will still use it on the computer and will want to actually type. But once you can use the AI to generate a lot of content, you'd be surprised how much you can actually create on the phone.
Yes. That's pretty nifty, mate. I think that's got some potential. So what's the plan next with it?
Well, I want to give it to anyone who wants to play with it and then just see what they do, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully get some indications that people want to use it. I think I've got a bunch of email addresses of people who did my survey and stuff. So I'll send out to them and be like, do you want to use it? See what happens. If I get feedback back saying it's cool, but I'm not going to use it. Then probably not great. But if people start using it, or people are like, I would use it if you had this feature, then I'll probably keep building it.
Yeah, fantastic, mate.
Yeah. What do you think? What are your thoughts when you see it?
I think it's got a lot of potential, mate. It's like early days for it, but you can go in, you can get the AI to sort of create a framework for the SOP, get someone else to validate it. I can see some future sort of requirements around things like version control and stuff like that. That's a later issue.
Yeah.
Makes writing SOPs very easy, at least getting 80% of the way there. And that's the biggest challenge that I face when I work with my clients, is they lack the time to write SOPs. Very common problem.
Yeah.
And so if you can get most of the way there with AI, well, then you're doing okay,
Yeah. I guess the thing is like you can get most of the way there with AI anyway, because you can just use ChatGPT to do that.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I guess the question is going to be,
Is that GPT 3 or 4?
3, because I don't have API access to 4.
Right.
Like I think the question with a lot of these apps that use AI is like, is ChatGPT going to get so good and so ubiquitous that people are just going to use that for everything? And do they even need any other apps?
Yeah. I think it's going to evolve over time.
And with the plugins, like
on GPT-4, that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
I think getting it to GPT-4 with the plugin so it can access the internet in real time, that's pretty interesting.
Have you
seen
that
I found? What's that?
Oh, I was going to say, have you seen that agent GPT thing that does all
No,
the
what's that?
shit for you?
Does what?
I'll post it in the notes. I have to find the address. It's like it's called. It's not that there's a few of them. It's called like Agent GPT or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And
what does it do?
It's like ChatGPT, except that it operates without you and creates tasks for itself. So
oh shit. What?
It's pretty wild. I haven't been able to get it to do anything useful for me, but
yeah.
the idea.
Do you know what
crazy.
the weird thing that I saw? I watched this video on YouTube about how you can get ChatGPT to write prompts for ChatGPT.
Yes. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's mind-blowing, some of the stuff you can do with it. Do you know the thing that's really disappointing at the same time, right? As sort of ChatGPT is becoming this amazing sort of, thing you just talk to naturally, right? And do you know what's gone backwards? Is I've got a Google Home. I don't know if you have a Google Home.
I've got Alexa.
Alexa, and it's getting worse.
100%.
It's shit.
Yeah.
Like I used to be able to say to it, turn on the living room lights and turn on the bedroom lights, and it would turn on both the lights. But now it won't do that. I have to ask it separately. It's like it's taking a fucking step backwards.
Interesting.
Google is going to get
for the first
pasted
time
in this
in
AI thing.
Under serious threat.
Oh yeah, they're going to get done.
Yeah,
and probably Amazon as well. To be fair, Microsoft is back, baby.
100%. Who would have predicted? I would never predicted that, because I have never liked Microsoft, but they're back.
Yeah, my whole IT career was built around Microsoft technology and stuff like that. And it's like, fuck yeah, they lost it. They lost the server market and all that sort of stuff to Gmail.
The biggest mistake was missing the phone. That was the big one.
Yeah, the phone thing. Yeah, exactly.
But they come back with
actually, the biggest mistake was back in 1994 when when Windows 95 came out, and I went to the launch of Windows 95 in late 1994.
Yeah.
And everyone was going, I remember the launch of Windows 95, and the really cool thing was seeing the little paper fly out of the folder when you copied a file and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And everyone goes, ooh, and then, oh, we've got this thing called MSN. Right. And so they basically built their own internet.
Yeah.
And it was built into Windows 95, and it flopped. And I remember going to the Microsoft conference, I think it was 1996, like literally the following year. And they were just like internet, because they knew that they'd fucked up. And they were just like, we have to do internet. And that was where it all sort of took off from there. And Internet Explorer became a thing and all that sort of stuff. And, and that's kind of what sort of happened. They make these decisions, they get on the back foot, they take a step back in technology. And I think that's what Google is about to experience is going to be behind the 8 ball, and it could last a decade.
The other thing Windows fucked up was Skype. Like, can you even imagine? Like, Skype was so popular; it was like the only tool people used for exactly what we're doing right now, for messaging people. Like before WhatsApp, before Zoom, before iMessage, before Messenger, before all that shit. Skype
Yes.
did all of the shit
All those
already.
things. Yes.
And now it's just nothing.
Yes.
How the fuck did that happen?
I don't know.
Crazy.
No, it's crazy. And just these tech companies just buy things to either just destroy them or park them, and they buy these technologies. And
But do Windows
I
even
think
have a messaging? Like what do you use if you're a Windows guy? You just use Android. What do you use to message people?
what do you, oh when
Well, I don't know. Well,
I mean Skype was
what's
a
your
thing,
preferred?
but
Like you message me on Messenger, but like, what's your preferred like messaging thing to message your friends?
now
Yeah, now, yeah,
it would be probably a mix between Messenger and WhatsApp.
yeah. What's that? See, I mean, why don't see? Yeah, I mean, that's Skype did all of that.
Yes.
Crazy. Apparently Samsung are considering, and it could be just jockeying for a better deal, but apparently they're considering swapping from Google to Microsoft as the default search engine on their phones.
Wow.
And
That wouldn't surprise me if Bing is getting, Bing was always played second fiddle to Google for search, but
yeah,
people aren't in 12 to 2 years time, people aren't going to be searching anymore.
I think for some things you will. I was thinking about it today because for some things I still use Google a little bit because it gives you those instant answers for up-to-date things. And ChatGPT gives you like content. It gives you like rich content, lots of details on stuff. But like for simple things like my tree, I wanted advice on the tree. Google does a pretty good job of giving you that real quick.
Yes. I mean, Bing now does. Oh, I just pulled up Bing and it says you can ask introducing new Bing. Try it. Okay, let's try it. Oh, I need to throw.
The $10 billion ChatGPT deal.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
how do I change the oil on a 2002 Honda CB900 Hornet?
So are they doing what? Where did you click on then? Do you have this Edge
Just
browser?
went to Bing.
Click on
Bing.
one of,
No, still in Chrome. Just went to Bing.com.au.
yeah, but you click introducing new Bing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're actually just searching in the normal section.
Yeah, but then it does this thing on the side where it pulls up some AI and shit. Interesting. Not quite there. Just going to go back to my
So it
picture
does.
of my VFR
Oh,
800.
I see. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that's not the same thing. That's just normal search.
Yeah.
But no. But I think if you click learn more. Yeah, here we go. Bing.com.
Yeah. I can see it's three.
Share your screen.
So I just click the thing. I need to throw a dinner party for
Okay.
6
We're looking
people
at the
that are
same thing.
vegetarian. And it
Yeah.
does this thing over the side here and everything.
Oh, I see. And then it's got let's chat. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I would sort of wonder.
Oh, you can only do conversational search in Microsoft Edge.
Wow.
Ah, that's the issue. That's smart.
Is it? Why do they care so much about what browser you're using?
It's the internet.
Yeah, interesting.
It's like Netscape Navigator.
Internet Explorer killed it. The Internet Explorer was great. I was a fan.
Oh, it was pretty fucking insecure.
I don't care about that.
I don't mean insecure as in it had trust issues or anything like that, but insecure as in it wasn't very secure.
No Microsoft stuff is secure. They're getting hacked all the time.
Yeah.
Microsoft sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what kept me employed.
Yeah, no, that's good. No, they're doing well. Good on them.
Hey, I want to ask you another entrepreneurial question.
Yeah.
Are you still mates with Tucky Moore?
I know him. I wouldn't say I'm mates with him. I've met him once in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
He seems great. Yeah, I'm like online friends with him. Yeah, he seems great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
I'm thinking about doing his next level program because I did the first one in 2020, and that's kind of the basis of Rockstar. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking about doing his next program. It's very expensive though.
Mm.
Very expensive.
I've never done any of his courses or anything. His content
Mm.
seems good. He seems like a good guy, but
Yeah.
I've never done any of his content. I will say though, because I tried to put together a thing for tonight's show and it didn't work, which I'll do next week using that Descript app.
Yes.
But I didn't realize you had the voice thing already. So I went to your YouTube and I used an app to get your audio from one of your videos because you need 30 minutes of video to come up with
Right.
your digitized voice.
Yes.
Your YouTube's fucking awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man. I need to put some more work into it. That's one of the reasons for signing up with Taki is to get better content. I actually had a chat with Adsy about it last week as well because, whenever actually there's a couple of really interesting things happened on that this afternoon because I was like, I mean, you're in Craft Beer Professionals on Facebook, aren't you? Yeah. So there was a guy who they had a session from this guy called he has this YouTube channel called Adam Makes Beer, and I'd had his CBP thing just added to my watch later, and I actually watched it this afternoon. Finally, 3 weeks later, and he's very interesting. So he's like a content creator that sort of does. I actually want to meet him because he's a very fascinating guy, right? Because he's a teacher as well, or ex-teacher, and he's been a brewer for about 12 years, and he does YouTube videos of stuff that he does in the brewery and how he makes beer and all that sort of stuff, and then he does like live streams. I'm like, I wanted to do that, and so I watched his presentation, his CVP presentation, and he mentioned his Instagram, and I've just followed him on Instagram, and he's just written me back an Instagram message going, "Oh, you're the reason I started my YouTube channel." I'm like,
no way. Hell yeah.
So,
you could do lots on. So okay, so your channel, is that like old videos I was looking at there, or are they like?
Oh, there's heaps. So I released 4 in January, and I did 3-part series on yeast propagator, which fucking blew up the internet because people think you can't propagate yeast in plastic. And and then I did one about dissolved oxygen and stuff like that. And I remember when I'd come around to yours and like fucking 2017 or 2018 or something like that, shot them down at HQ and Cuzzy was in it and all that sort of thing. And it over the years, like I've really neglected the YouTube channel, and it's just such a great way to build trust with potential clients and that sort of thing. And I enjoyed doing it, but it's really hard to do because if you want to make a 10-minute YouTube video, the amount of work you got to put in to write, shoot, edit, and publish, it's a lot of work.
It's a full-time job. I think if
to be a content creator, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you could I actually really
with that 10-minute YouTube video than just have a video. Like there must be a huge opportunity in like TikTok and Instagram Reels and like short form videos.
Correct. Yeah. And so one of the things I learned from this guy, Adam Makes Beer, today was like he said, well, what I do is I'm just very natural. I shoot some stuff in the brewery, and then I do a live stream once a month where I just do a Q&A. People just ask questions. Sometimes you get home brewers, sometimes you get professional brewers.
And then just chops out the video from that and shares.
And what he does, he chops out the bit. But the thing is, mate, is that I've got 3.5 years of back catalogue live coaching call content. That's all recorded and can be repurposed and ready to go. And I'm thinking about...
Are they that's one to many? That's not like one-on-one, is it?
It's one to many, but it's basically people asking questions and me giving an answer off the cuff.
You can probably pay someone to just rip all that out and turn it into...
Correct. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So, and I've got like easily 100, 150 hours of content there.
Do you have like a path, because you said on the podcast we did the other day, you made like a fair bit of money out of the yeast propagator one. Did you?
Yeah, look, it's the yeast propagator.
I just remembered that wasn't a podcast. That was a chat after.
Yeah, it was like the yeast propagator video series. It was actually something I kind of was interested in, and I just went and released those 3 videos, you know, to make because no one had created it. And I was like, fuck, you can just go and create a yeast propagator and save money on yeast and make better beer and stuff like that. And it was just something I was genuinely interested in. And I think that sort of content I feel better about it, because with professional brewers, they can really act like fucking home brewers sometimes. You come up with an idea and you know, like the amount of hate that yeast propagator series came up with or you know, generated, people just going, oh, you can't propagate in plastic and this won't work.
Fine.
And
You just
all
have
this
to
sort
have
of
thicker
stuff.
skin. That's fine.
It just didn't bother me. And I've spoken about that before. And it's like, but the thing is, right, is that there were so many more people who just went, fuck, this is really good. Oh, you've got a coaching program. Oh, we'll join that. And
that was the reason I asked the question, because if you've got if you know you've got a path to create a lot more content and you've got a good path to monetize that, I feel like you're like 99% there to just doing that. Like,
I'm definitely 99% there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been really interesting, you know, sort of, you know, over the last few weeks, like, you know, you always have that imposter syndrome thing happening as well, particularly with social media. I don't know if you have it or anything like that.
Everyone's got it. I definitely do. Yes.
And so, you know, if you follow, you know, me on Instagram, you'll probably notice over the last few weeks I've been sort of posting more stories and stuff like that. And that's just me basically building my confidence.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds weird, and a lot of people are going to go, fucking what? You're on social media all the time. It's like, I just happen to be in the places where people happen to be looking. I don't intend to be on social media. It's a different fucking thing. And so, yeah, like, oh, I need to roll this. Got a Weihenstephan Hefeweizen.
Fuck, you're getting after it, aren't you? Nice.
Yeah, well, I'm on the traditional thing. Do I roll this? Am I supposed to roll this?
Give it a go. See what happens.
I'm rolling it. It's not a Cooper's, but here we are. Fuck, go everywhere. Push it. I'm good.
Shame you stopped talking because you're on a roll.
Sorry. And so, but no, the thing is that, like, you know, all that stuff that I've been posting on Instagram, you know, over the last sort of few weeks and that sort of thing is really about sort of me, you know, building my confidence, sharing a little bit of what goes on in my life, because I'm pretty protective of what goes on in my personal life and that sort of thing. And it's just for no reason, you know. I ride my fucking push bike, or I go for a fucking hike or something like that. It's whatever, you know. But I do stuff outside of beer, and I think that's what people need to know, is that I do things outside of beer.
Yeah.
Ride my motorbike, you know, do dumb shit, and I sink a bit of piss.
Dude, you should go full influencer mode. Like, it's a fucking no-brainer.
Yeah, I wish I knew how.
I mean, you do know how. You're literally doing it already. The only thing you need to do more of is more short form video. Like, just do loads of short term.
Yeah, I think, and to be fair, you know, I think that's probably what's going to happen next, is needing to go full influencer mode, because
100%.
Because I just enjoy sharing information about, you know, brewing and stuff like that. And
you've got as much knowledge as anyone. You've got as good a network as anyone. You've proven you can do all the content, and you can monetize it at the back end.
Yeah,
you've got it all covered.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, watch out for that.
Fuck yeah.
What have you got there?
I got a.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen this one. Any good?
About to find out. Well, actually, I've had it before. Yeah, it's good. It's tasty.
That's sorry, we need to say for the audio only people. That's the Black Hops Tinnies Nipah. Give us a look at it.
Probably going to be better than the fruity.
Just look at it in the glass, you dickhead.
Oh god, now that glass looks fucking. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's
not too bad.
See those bubbles, can you?
No, can't see them. That's the tiny schooner glass.
Have you still got your schooner glass?
Yeah, of course I do.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of dumb, you know, because like I just don't see myself as like an influencer. I know that sounds really dumb, you know.
I think the term has been corrupted by what we all think of an influencer like. But like before this whole influencer craze, I used to do loads of content online, loads and loads.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel any shame or fear or anything. I just shared everything with a lot of content out there. There was no influencer. It was just, this is what I'm doing. This is some content that would be useful. But now I know what you're saying. You kind of, anytime you put something online, you're fucking nervous about it. You don't want to be seen as an influencer.
I'm not nervous about it, but the thing is that like I am aware that I do have an influence on the industry, particularly the Australian craft brewing industry and stuff like that. And that has the potential to have sort of like potential knock-on effects, and that sort of thing. But the thing is, right, is that I don't see myself as an influencer. I just see myself just being me and just putting shit online because I think it's either funny or interesting or something like that.
That's
and
perfect.
how other
At the end
people
of the
and
day,
how
if
other
it helps
people
someone, then that's good.
well exactly. But if how other people choose to perceive me, well, that's entirely up to them, and and I love everyone in the industry and that sort of thing, and and I love this industry, and yeah, it's just sort of like I'm just being myself, and some people don't like it, and they don't like it. Cool, I don't care.
I don't think anyone doesn't like it. You're awesome. Just fucking send it. You're doing great.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
yeah, I'll just go full send then.
I'm one of
Okay,
fucking
what else?
100%.
What have I got? What have I got to lose?
Exactly, 100%. All right, let's get into the news. Rattenhund is now only available in 355ml cans.
I just finished mine.
Fuck. God.
It's bittersweet.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I love that Rattenhund was in a 440ml can, but I completely understand the reason that it's in a 355ml can. I think they're taking a core range and that sort of thing.
Okay.
That was fucking delicious.
Nice.
That was delicious. And I think it's getting a little bit of a name change. It's not traditional Pilsner, it's something else Pilsner and that sort of thing. Yeah, more people drink Pilsner. Australians don't understand Pilsner.
No.
They don't understand the word Pilsner. But that beer, it was the very first batch that won the trophy at the ARBAs. I think it was last year and that sort of thing. Was phenomenal. And then it didn't get so great, but now it's back with a vengeance.
Nice.
Has been for the last, or for the whole of this year. And I've been drinking it quite frequently, and that was sensational. The date code on it.
Nice. We should get a screen. We didn't get a screenshot of that, did we? What
yeah, we did. We did.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm not a fan of the big can anyway. I know it's like people love it because it's bigger, but it's just big cans are silly.
Yeah, no. I agree. Taking it to a smaller can, I think, is a great idea. But 355s,
that one hurt. That one hurt. I won't lie.
That hurt. Just give me a 375. It's it just makes sense.
They're clued on dudes over there. They probably know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think all their other cans are 355, so I think it's just compatible with what they do. That's just personal preference. It's that's just an opinion. Speaks nothing of the fucking awesome beer that it is and the awesome people that make it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And at the end of the day, if they can, I've never looked into it too much, but if you can sell 355 and people pay about the same and the business is better off for it, then fucking yes. I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
would you buy a 6-pack of it? The correct answer is yes. The correct answer is yes, Dan.
I don't like
It probably comes in a 4-pack, in which case you buy 2 4-packs, but that makes 8-pack.
Yeah.
It's better than a 6-pack.
That's true. All right. Did you see this? The ABAC. So I put in here the ABAC claims quarterly article from Brews News, but also a direct link to the PDF. I had a little skim through. There's some interesting shit in here.
Really? How interesting. Okay, pull up. Give us the fucking weirdest.
Well, Hard Fizz have just shat the bed again, and they just don't give a fuck. That goes without saying. The funniest bit from the Hard Fizz thing was.
Do I need to go to the ABAC website for the
I put in the notes the PDF.
Oh, got it.
They had something in there saying like,
Hard
here we
fizz.
go. The company did not remove the marketing material, and the complaint was referred to the Queensland Liquor Authority.
Absolutely. That's what they do.
So that's not great. So that one was.
That's what they do. Oh, is this hard fizz? Oh, MSC box tails. Yeah, where's hard fizz? I just want to see how they've chat the bet. Oh, here we go. Concern the images. So the complaint is the concern the images of people that seem under the influence of the statement. Who says this shit doesn't get you drunk?
They don't give a fuck.
It's so irresponsible. Like, whether you like ABAC or not, you say that when you're dealing with liquor.
Yeah.
Because there are people out there that have alcohol addiction, all that sort of stuff. It's like you just can't. Oh, it's so bad. Like, well, that's just the thing about the ABAC code. It's common sense.
Yeah, I was going to say, if all these things keep getting referred to Queensland Liquor, then they're starting to get the message that people don't give a fuck about ABAC, and they'll probably just ditch it and then introduce government regulation.
Absolutely. If we get government regulation because of these guys, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Yeah, that'd be shit.
But the next step, and this is going to be the really interesting thing, right, is they'll get referred to Queensland liquor licensing, because I assume that that's where their liquor license is. And what will happen is they'll start getting RSA issues, fines and all that sort of stuff. And that's when the real shit happens, right? So kind of comes down to the states to...
But they don't have much. I think their business is mainly a wholesale business. I don't think they're... You mean for the tap room? Is that what you mean, for the RSA?
No, your marketing...
on
social media...
Yeah.
Can be seen as not being responsible service of alcohol.
Oh, true. And then your license is under threat, and then you're fucked.
Correct. Exactly. And then they put you out of business. This is the thing. So ABAC don't have any teeth in that regard, but state liquor licensing commissions do.
Yeah. The Bilson's one was interesting too.
Where's the Bilson's one?
So
what happened?
There's Bilson's, like the great bubblegum vodka.
Oh, fairy floss, fruit tingle, tangle, creamy soda, toffee apple. Yeah.
This is like their whole business, selling these things. And they were massive. They were like, when we did the last year, I think we went to the Endeavour Group Supplier Awards, Bilson won fucking everything.
Yeah.
It's like their best product.
It's a really interesting one. I think I saw some beers from Edge Brewing Project as well over the last 24 hours that were called Tropical Pop. And you can't use it specifically says in the ABAC code you cannot use the word pop, because that implies soft drink.
Yeah.
Right. And so let's see what happens. Oh, the Valtteri Bottas t-shirt.
I think that was okay.
The t-shirt with the VB logo shows the VB can dressed as a kid with the Santa Claus character. Has a very strong appeal to minors. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's not a child. That's a green Santa.
So the kid is a child? No, the can is a child, I think.
Oh.
The can's got a kid's face.
Oh, okay.
I think the bigger problem is just a kid sitting on an old man's lap. That's creepy as fuck.
That's Santa. That's what
Santa does. Creepy, dude. Have you ever walked past the supermarket and there's like these little kids sitting on some old dude's lap? It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Just what happens at Christmas.
Yeah, it shouldn't though, should it? Let's be honest about that. It should.
You let your kids sit on Santa's lap?
Fuck no. I've always wondered about these ones. So this one, Herbal Law Liqueurs.
Yes.
It literally just makes all these claims about how it makes you more relaxed and therapeutic benefits and all this
strength shit. And power.
Like, you can't do that shit, guys.
No, you definitely can't do that shit.
But and then the BWS one.
Some call it natural medicine. We call it delicious.
Oh my God.
Wow, you definitely cannot say that. You actually cannot say that alcohol is a therapeutic. No. Wow. It's just it's so funny that people just go into this game just thinking, oh, we can do whatever we want, but not realizing that it's alcohol and you've got like a social responsibility and that sort of
Dude, I was the same. We found out the hard way that you can't just put whatever the fuck you want on a beer can.
Yeah.
Had no idea. What about this BWS one? 24 beers in a day.
24 hours in a day, 24 beers in a case.
Coincidence. That's a sign out the front of a BWS.
BWS.
Pretty funny.
It's an old saying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can't do that.
Cartoons with, is that fucking Pauline Hanson?
Dude, this one was interesting because this one was like a cartoon that I think they're like someone else made. Like they didn't make it. I think they were like a distributor.
Yeah, right. Didn't create the video and had no entitlement. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, which is something we've wondered before, is like if like the inspired unemployed do something,
yes,
it's not appropriate. Is that the same as if Better Beer do something it's not appropriate?
Yes.
Or if their customers do and it gets shared.
Someone complained about the VB button. You press the VB button twice and then you get a case of VB delivered.
No, but they said that's sweet.
Yeah, of course it is. Everyone should have a VB button. VB's fucking sick.
VB's very gross, but yeah, there's a lot in here where they said that hadn't been breached. A hell of a lot of complaints. Someone's busy here making complaints, that's for sure.
Yeah, lots of different people. Anyway, fucking A back. All
right, what have we got? One more. Top 50 US brewing companies. And also this article, I think it said in here that the craft beer market share had increased.
Good. In America, in the US? Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they had shrink 3%. 6% growth over 2021. Yep. So what's the top 50? What's number one there? What's that?
Wait, are you looking at it? You could guess.
Yeah. Sierra Nevada. Oh, Yuengling. Yeah, of course. Boston Beer Company, yes. Sierra Nevada, yes. Duvel Mortgat, which is Firestone Walker. And
really?
Something else. Yeah. Duvel owns Firestone Walker. I don't know what the one in City is. Gambrinus owns Shire, yes.
Gambrinus.
Stone.
I don't know about these fucking brewing companies.
Kanaki. Oh, there's some like conglomerates like Fermentum in the top 10 there.
Why does Stone have an asterisk next to it?
Where?
Stone Brewing does not include FMBs, FSBs. I have no idea what that means.
Tilray Beer Brands. Don't know who that is. Brooklyn, Deschutes, New Glarus, Athletic.
You know, the Athletic is non-alc. They're number 30 in the entire country.
Get out.
Fucking huge.
Huh.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Allagash, Georgetown, Odell, Ryan, guys. Yeah, some fucking great breweries there. We should go to the States and do a brewery tour.
I went to Odell. That's in Fort Collins. That place is cool as shit.
We should go to we should go to the US.
Oh,
we can go to watch a Starship launch, which I think is happening tonight because it's 420.
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah, tonight. And
did you stay up to watch the other one?
No, but I'll probably, because I was pretty 90% sure they were going to scrub it for some reason. They'll probably scrub this one as well.
I stayed up. It was looking good until like 8 minutes to go, and then it was like, no.
Scrubbed. Yeah. I'll probably watch this one this time around.
When is that? Let me have a look. SpaceX. It was 10 o'clock at night. It wasn't that late. Because it was 9 in the morning over there. Upcoming Starship test flight. April 20. 8:28 CT. 9:30 CT.
What does that mean in English or Australian?
5:40. Oh, no, it's 5:40 AM. Is that right? What time?
That sounds sick.
Wait, 3 hours from now. Yeah, so it'll be it'll be like 10:30.
11 PM or something, 11:41, nearly midnight.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Fuck, I'm keen to see it. Yeah, no, US trip, I'm keen. Do we have to like pack heat or whatever? Or
probably.
Okay. Do you know how to shoot guns?
Yes.
Okay.
Poorly.
I don't really know anything about them, but my mate down the street's got a gun cabinet with like all these guns and shit in it.
Yeah. No, I'm not a gun person by any means, um but you know, my brother had a farm and had rifles and shotguns and stuff like that, and we'd shoot the things that fling in the air, you know, like the Olympics, the little
Yeah, like
clay
the clay shit.
frisbees, pigeons, clay
Pigeons, yeah.
pigeons. It was shoot those. The
I don't know. I
shotgun.
don't
That
know how
was
to
pretty
shoot
good.
guns, but I feel like you need to if you go to America.
Man, if you got to do it, you have to do it. It's so fucked, and it just feels so fucking weird that they're so into guns. But
It is
when
so
you're
weird.
home,
Like I listened to an episode of Joe Rogan the other day, and he's going on about how good Australia is, and he's like, "Dude, Australia's the best. Like it's the best." And they're talking about, it, and they're like, "Yeah, the only problem is they just need more guns. Like if they just had
no, we
more
don't.
guns, it would be
No,
so much
we
better."
absolutely
Like,
do not.
no, fucking hell.
We absolutely do not. We have some of the toughest gun laws in the world, and I love it that way.
No, God, it's fucking terrifying. I actually like it does like actually worry me going there. Second time I went there, I arrived the day of was it the 50-person nightclub, the
Oh yeah,
nightclub
yeah,
massacre in
yeah.
New
In
York,
Florida. Yeah. Oh yeah, New York.
in
Yes, yes, yes.
Florida or New York, and so that was the day we landed in San Francisco. I'd say in LAX, not nowhere near there, but it was just like coincidentally that day. And the first time I went there was a shooting somewhere near LA, which is the day we landed. So the only two times
Yeah,
I've been there, there's like the first time we get there, the news is like a whole bunch of people have been shot. It's fucking crazy.
yeah. That's mad.
I actually do think about that when going back to the US. I'm like, we could probably just go to Canada. See a lot of good
Mm,
shit and not get shot.
yeah, fair enough.
And I haven't been there.
Yeah,
All right, let's do the 12 questions. I think
please.
I guilt tripped the group and said, give us some questions because last week we had like zero.
I did get a question on Instagram.
Oh, you did?
Mm, let me pull it up.
Oh my God, we've got 11. These fucking dudes do better. We've got 11 comments. Do you think they did that on purpose? Fuck's sake. Wait. 11 plus the one you've got is 12.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, of
that's good.
course.
Okay, so we've got 12.
Okay.
Brilliant. Do you reckon I can piss
Hang on
before we do these questions?
yeah, okay.
1 second.
All right, I'm going to do the same.
Okay, I'm pausing the recording.
Mute, because I don't want to. Are you going to pause the recording?
Pausing it. Yeah. A couple of professionals right there.
All right, it's just like we both, for those listening on audio, we both sat down at the same time after having a wee, literally at the same time.
Exactly
Amazing.
the same time. So what's your question?
My question is from Tom Northwood. And
I know that guy.
Do you?
Yeah, he works at Volta, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah. How do you feel about fresh/wet hop beers?
Oh, that's a good question because I saw there was like a wet hot beer festival.
Great question.
I didn't put it in the
Well,
news.
I think they sent through a link with Slipstream just releasing one and all that sort of stuff.
There's a
And
festival just for wet hot beers, I think, in Sydney.
really,
I read today. And I didn't put in there
yeah,
because I was not interested at all.
I think they're okay. I just think I find them. You've got to have like normally hoppy beers. You're supposed to drink really, really fresh. Wet hop beers, especially, are supposed to be drunk really, really, really fresh. Like literally the day it's released, sort of fresh, right?
Yeah.
I find them very grassy and vegetal, but
Mm-hmm.
not vegetal, just grassy, and they are not bad, but I don't tend not to gravitate towards them. I certainly wouldn't drink one that had been around for a little while, like more than a couple of weeks or something like that.
So I suppose if you're doing a festival, it kind of makes sense.
Okay, here's the go. I don't look forward to fresh hop beer season, right? I think it's an interesting experience, and if you happen across a fresh hop beer, awesome. But I don't go, oh my God, yeah, fresh hop seasons, wet hop seasons coming up. There's going to be wet hop beers. I'm going to get stuck into it. Nah, I think I'd drink them, but it's not like the time of year that I look forward to, the same way that I look forward to Oktoberfest and drinking Helles.
That sounded like a really politically correct way of saying you don't like them. I'm just going to say it. I don't like
Just
them.
not a fan. Not a
I've
fan.
never had a good
They're
one.
okay.
I don't
I'm
like
not
them.
trying to be politically correct. I'm like, they're okay, but I don't get excited about them.
Can I ask
That's probably maybe because I haven't had a good one. So
can I ask a more important question? What flannel would you wear if you were wet hopping as opposed to dry hopping?
fuck. You know what you would do? You would take the dry hopping red and black flannel, and you would wear a black and red flannel.
I see.
Opposite.
Opposite, like inside out, or wear it inside
No. Where the red is, there would be black, and where the black is, would be red. So the dry hop flannel is mostly red with a bit of black.
I see what you're saying. Yes. Okay.
So black with a bit of red. Yin and yang, mate.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I had an idea for our first ever blog post we could put on the Boss and the Brewer blog.
We have a blog?
Well, we got WordPress, so yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Put a blog post out, easy peasy.
Okay, yeah.
We could put a post up of all the flannel rules because we've got them in a Google Doc.
We do need to publish that. Yes,
we could publish it and just put images of the different colored flannels.
Yes.
Now we've got. Wait, I'm gonna add wet hop flannel into
wet hopping.
Because otherwise I'll forget.
It's probably a Dixon flannel for that.
Oh, 100%. Google. Oh, also, hang on. Let me find the flannel rules.
Oh, there is one. Look,
we've got to fit the black. So black and red is wet hopping,
and red and black is dry hopping.
Red and black is obviously dry hopping. What about the
and it's a very subtle fucking difference too.
Nice. So Dixon have one?
They've got both.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Let me show you.
Send me a link. I've got links to all these little fuckers. What about
So that's your dry hopping flannel, and that is your wet hopping flannel. Now it's very subtle.
Wait,
very subtle.
Show me that one. Oh, dude, that wet hopping one is sick.
I know, but it's a very subtle difference with the dry hopping
that's not
one.
A subtle difference. That's a significant difference.
Well, exactly. But the thing is, right, is if you were wearing that, right, and someone come up to you and said, "Are you wearing your dry hopping flannel?" You go, "Fuck off! I'm wearing my wet hopping flannel."
Well, I wouldn't wear that because I don't. All I know how to do is dry hop. I wouldn't know what to do with that.
What do you reckon?
That's sick.
That's good. So that one, the name of that one is the 9th Street flannel.
Okay.
And it's $25 off at the moment, $54.95.
That's a bargain. That's cheaper than the Dulux merch flannel.
Well, that's because wet hopping doesn't happen that often.
True. It's a season,
and the demand is lower.
what can we find room for the Dulux flannel in here somewhere?
Yes. Of course we can. Just add it to the list.
Yeah, it was black and grey, wasn't it? Was it the office? It was the accounts one. No, it wasn't accounts.
No, accounts was grey and white.
Grey. Accounts was grey, yellow, green, black. Interesting. We've got to find something for the Dulux one. Well, I guess like what about taproom construction or something?
You need a fucking concreting flannel, mate.
Mm. Yeah.
Give me another 12 questions.
Sorry. Jeez, calm down.
Idiot.
Fucking hell. Right. Question number 1 or 2, if you scooter update, yeah,
2
that because you're useless. 2, Louis G, what kind of style is Goza? What is it similar to?
Oh, that's an excellent question. So Goza originally comes from the town in Germany called Leipzig, or if you're from Leipzig, they call it Leipzig. And so basically, a lot of people associate it with being fruity and salty. They're not necessarily fruity and or salty at all. They're basically a 4-ish, somewhere between 3.5% and 4.5% beer, a little bit sour. They can have some Brettanomyces in them, so a little bit of funk going on in them. They can be salty or not. They're great. I was in Leipzig in 2019. Loved it. Love that town. So good. So many cool people.
Good question. Good answer. Nice and tight, Hendo. Keep it tight. All right. How do you make a sea urchin oyster beer, Louis G?
Don't know. You get an oyster stout.
Yeah, we made an oyster stout at Gabs that made the top 10 one year, and we put the oysters in the boil, and then we ate them.
I've seen people
they were
put
fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I've seen people put oysters like dry oystering, like post fermentation, and then realizing that they've fucked up and they might cause pathogens and stuff in the beer and having to recall the beer. So yes, you should put it in the boil. Yeah. Can't say I've had many or made one.
Dude, you would probably have Kilpatrick. Yes.
I've had Kilpatrick, of course, but that's like the last one that I had. When did you last make that?
Probably we used to remake the Gabs beers, so probably maybe last year. I think we made it again, but yeah, it was good. Sea urchin, that's aggressive. They're expensive.
Yeah, that sounds spiky.
Yeah. All right. Comment: colon 0 is a multiple of 12. 12 times 0 is 0. Nah, it's a technicality. I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's
right.
Weird.
Tom Northwood, is anybody from the 12 heading to Freshies? Oh, there you go. Freshies with friends.
Oh, so
it was actually at Slipstream. I feel bad for not actually acknowledging that, but
when is that?
This weekend, apparently.
Well, if I get my motorbike, then maybe. Yeah. Freshies with friends, a celebration of fresh hot beers. That's at Slipstream Brewing this weekend.
Yeah.
Guest speakers, guest taps, food specials.
That's cool. All right. I feel bad now for saying it was at some random place in Sydney, but that's cool. Let's go. Yes. Well, I'm not going because I got shit on, but the 12 should go.
Yes.
Paul Metcalf, all this talk about Collins, I will go with the shit post. Bring a friend to the forbidden bidet. Okay, all right. Darren Gittins, question Colin. Gabs beer revealed so far. What are you hanging out to try? Fuck, I haven't seen any Gabs beer.
I haven't seen him. Should we do that next week?
Yeah.
Let's go through the list of Gabs beers next week because I'm sure more will get revealed.
Okay. All right, we'll do that next week. Darrigan's observation. I was in a regional town recently and visited a few of the local breweries. One had a great feel and questionable quality beer. It was busy. Another was in a great location, probably higher rent, had consistently good beer and was dead quiet. Which one would you back to survive? The one that was busy, probably.
Yes. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes.
That's how it goes. Hospo is a tough game. How's the NZ Pilsner going from Adam Shell? Which one? The other one.
The other one. That's an excellent question. So we brewed that last Monday. That was the 10th of April. What are we on? Day 7, 8, 9, 10. It's on day 10.
Oh, this is the beer you guys homebrewed?
Yeah, we homebrewed.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, so we brewed a New Zealand Pilsner. So it has been dry hopped. And I'll probably crush chill it tomorrow. And then we need to drink it.
Nice. Next week's show.
Well, probably not as soon as this weekend, but around maybe the May Day weekend or something like that.
Can you drink it for next week's show as a little taste test?
Possibly.
Bit tight?
Possibly. No, not at all. No, we can definitely have it in the keg by then. That won't be a problem.
All right. And send it.
I love that style though.
Yeah. You can test your own beer. It'd be like smelling your
maybe next Friday, the 28th, before the May Day weekend, might drink it. Because I'm actually heading out to a friend's place out west near Toowoomba for a university reunion next Saturday. But yeah.
Take the new bike.
Nah, I've got to take an esky and a tent and a mattress and all that sort of thing.
You can fit that in the Commodore. Easy.
The Commo's fine, yeah.
Nice. All right, Hendo, love your work, mate. I expect to be seeing you on TikTok this week.
I won't do TikTok, but I'll do Instagram.
Okay.
Cheers, legend.
Cheers.